Yo guys, what's going on? I'm Keegan. If you enjoyed this review, be sure to hit that subscribe button and those opinions go down in the comment section. Vic Mensa, the Autobiography. Vic Mensa, Chicago rapper who was a part of the indie group Kids These Days. After that group broke up, Vic released his debut project, The Internet Tape, which was met with fairly positive reviews. I personally also enjoyed it. I was personally rooting for Vic, honestly. I wanted to see where he would go after that. It was a little bit confusing. I wasn't quite sure where he would go because some of his stuff was sort of all over the place. But I kind of wanted to see what he was going to do, where he was going to go, and what sort of sound this new album was going to be. And he's officially released it. This is his debut album, which I believe is his first milestone in his legacy building business. On this project, he's actually talking to his parents and his friends, which makes the moment all the more endearing. And especially with No ID sort of playing around with the songs in this album, it feels like a purposeful statement of intent. On the song Memories on 47th Street, Vic's life story unfolds for us. The song itself is extremely dexterous lyrically, including lyrics about his father's absence, being kicked out of kindergarten, police brutality, and then near the end of the song, Vic falls off a bridge and gets an electric shock trying to sneak into Lollapalooza. Definitely a powerful song, probably a standout track for me. But while listening to the album, I definitely heard a few Kanye West influences on this on some of the songs, such as the intro track "Say I Didn't" and "Homewrecker" with Weezer. Those two songs definitely took me back to an older age in Kanye's discography. And I'm not saying that it's bad. It just sort of shows to me that Vic doesn't really have his own style. He's just sort of an amalgamation of other rappers. And Kanye is not the only one. His voice and his lyrical performance sort of reminds me of J. Cole a little bit, and the way the album is structured is kind of like a Kendrick Lamar album. Not at all saying the album sounds bad. I am not saying that at all. Because you have some other incredible tracks on here, such as Wings, which is co-produced by Pharrell. The song itself is definitely a nice change of pace with these smooth, somber synths. And tracks like OMG and The Fire Next Time sort of show him as this cipher-ready MC that he built his name on. But for me, the weakest link on the album is probably his singing voice. Not saying he's a bad rapper, he's actually pretty good as a rapper. But I just feel like his singing voice, there's a lot to be desired. However, the worst part of the album, by far, has got to be the track Coffee and Cigarettes. It's this... He's trying to pull off this heartfelt ballad about, a young love. And oh, how he wishes he could have forged this love into a relationship that he would treasure forever. And on this track, the bad singing I mentioned really comes into play. It sounds like he's straining his voice. He's really trying to reach these notes that he just can't hit. Lyrically, the song is also pretty bad. It's filled with these stupid, terrible, melodramatic symbolism, and the track is just littered with similes and metaphors everywhere. But overall, the album is actually fairly good. It's a fairly good debut project from Vic. As the title of the album mentions, he does get autobiographical, but only to an extent. But as long as he's clear where he stands, the dramatic lucidity of it suits him just fine. Well guys, hope you enjoyed that album review. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you in the next review. Peace.